What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with another Out of the Theater review, my final one for 2023. This is going to be the last review for this year. We're going to get into 2024 releases on my next week's video, but I had one more movie to check out in the theater. Actually, two more, but I'm only going to be reviewing the one. I went to see The Color Purple tonight. This is a reimagining. I'm not really going to call it a remake. It is very different. I'll give you a little compare and contrast, but before I do, if you would please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon, that way you get notified every time new videos drop. Also, if you could just give me a thumbs up down below, helps the video get seen by more people, and leave me a comment down below if you saw this movie, if you didn't see it, if you're interested, or if you're not interested, or if you liked it or didn't like it. Let me know your thoughts. So before going to see this today, I actually watched the original adaptation. It's based on a book. So it's a book. Steven Spielberg directed a version in the 80s. And then we have this now musical version in 2023. And I'll tell you what, I think the original one is very good. I think the performances are great. I thought Whoopi Goldberg was fantastic in it. Danny Glover was great. Oprah was great. And the score by Quincy Jones, fantastic. You know, like a great musical score. I thought it was well made. I really liked it. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10, the original one. So going into this, I had just seen it earlier, a couple hours before. I will say this, I don't think this is a bad film. I don't think this is a bad retelling. My only issue with it is I knew it was a musical. However, it really felt like watching a Broadway show at the theater. A lot of it's, to me, just felt like that. And I don't know, it's very Broadway. The way the musical numbers are set up, it's very Broadway. It is based on a Broadway show. So it does feel like a direct adaptation, but like you could imagine seeing certain of these scenes like on a stage, which to me made it a little less cinematic. The scenes that are not musical scenes are good. You know, those do feel cinematic, but I don't know. For me, all the numbers didn't all work. I do think the songs are good for the most part. The singing is very good. Taraji P. Henson, I didn't even know she could sing like that. She was really good. She was good in the role, and her voice was very good. Fantasia, I know she could sing, and she does. She's fantastic. Halle Bailey, she sings in the beginning when they're little. The musical numbers and the singing was fine, but for me, it did undercut a lot of emotional moments. They had to cut. So this movie's about 12, 13 minutes shorter than the original, and a lot of scenes are missing or different. It felt sped up because of the songs. So when you have now 30 minutes worth of music, you know, musical numbers, that is 30 minutes worth of story and movie that you have to remove. And there are certain things that I thought worked really well or that were really impactful that were cut from this movie. So that was a little disappointing. I would have liked to have seen this director or these actors take on those scenes. Some of the best stuff is still in there. The dinner scene, which is I thought was great in the original. I thought it was great here. So it's a lot of hit and miss for me. I don't think it, like I said, I don't think this is a bad movie by any stretch. I just wish that there were certain scenes that were still in it and maybe see a different take, a different actor's, you know, take on that scene. And we didn't get it. So that's one thing. Also, I thought production was great. Like the production design was great. The movie looks good. The performance is good. It's a tough one for me to score. I'm going to score it a little lower than the original. This is going to be a short review because I don't really have a lot. It's not like a brand new movie that's a brand new story. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I give the original like an 8. I would give this one like a 7. I think it is a notch below. To me, it doesn't feel like a remake. It feels like a reimagining or even like a companion movie. Like you have the regular, you know, dramatic take, traditional style movie, and then you have this like Broadway show of a movie version of that. So you could pick whichever one you like. I think some people might prefer this one. I think a lot of people might prefer the original one, or maybe, I don't know, you know, maybe people don't like the original, will like this one and vice versa. I didn't dislike the film. I did like it. It wasn't as good as the original for me. And because I watched it the same day, I think that kind of, you know, it was in my mind like, oh, I can't wait for them to get to this part, and then that part doesn't happen. Or there are certain things that are like I said, they're sped up. So like moments where she discovers the letters, minor spoiler alert, from her sister or whatever, like it's in a different place than it was. So I don't know. There's certain things I liked a lot better in the original that are missing here. And there's nothing in this that I liked over the original one. So that's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a good movie, but I would watch the OG one before ever watching this one again. That's just my take on it, though. I'm sure there are a lot of people who might like this version better. Either way, let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer, or if you plan on seeing this, whatever the case may be. I will be back next week with another Out of the Theater review. We're going to start our 2024 movies off. I'll be seeing the horror film Night Swim. So that'll be my first review of 2024. Until then, take it easy.